welcome to This Knitty Life. My name is Rachel and I am coming to you from Leeds, West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband, my two young-ish children and my two pretty young dogs. What else? Leeds? I said Leeds, yes. This is episode 61 and it is the 5th of December, potentially, something like that. I've managed to find a little window to squeeze in a little podcast, so I'm going to give that a little go and show you what I have been up to. A small floofy dog wandering around. If you can hear her pitter-patter feet, I apologise. I have got quite a few finished objects for you today, a bit of acquisition, and I do actually have some advent opening as well. A couple of new pattern recommendations too. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then grab yourself a drink, maybe a project, and have a little knit along with me. That was Peggy jumping on the chair under the camera, so that's great. Hopefully she'll settle down now. But yeah, did I say you can find me on the internet as this_knitty_life on Instagram, and I am Reward on Ravelry. I'll put the details wherever fits best. But thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate it is fully Vlogmas season, and those Vlogmases take a long time. There's a lot of them. There is an awful lot of them. What have I been watching? Bit of this, bit of that. Obviously Franny do, because I like my friend Fran. I've been watching Finnish knitting stories because she's always super fun, and it's always so snowy where she lives. I've watched a little bit of Green Lambkin as well. She's got the What Mustard Made advent, which is really interesting because a few of them have got the same one. Giddy Knits, I've been watching Helen quite a bit. Hers are really interesting. I love that she's in the studio and does loads of studio things too. She's actually donating all of her ad revenue for December to a charity in Dundee where she lives. So that's fabulous. But so obviously you have to watch the adverts anyway, really, don't you? But there's been so many, as in on every podcast. I think you've got to hit a certain amount of number before you get adverts, so I don't imagine mine has that. But there just seems to be an awful lot. So yeah, that's what I'm going to share. I don't actually have a finished garment today, which makes a change, but today I have my new Popsy dungarees on, which is super stretchy, and I have my I keep on doing that a lot. My little boy's just learned how to click his fingers. He does it all the time now. Stripes of Joy. This is my Christmas edition. A lot of it is Bird Street UK. Oh, I did get my tattoo topped up. So I had it updated. I think I was about to do that. But I had it reworked and I love it. It's loads better. 3 hours though. It was not particularly enjoyable. 3 hours. Yes. So yes, this is Stripes of Joy. This is a Tiff Nealon pattern and I recommend it to most everyone, frankly. So I've had a bit of castonitis of late. So I've been casting on lots of things. So I'll show you some of my finished objects. It is a hat palooza. Briefly, this was the hat I mentioned last time. I did put pictures of it in, but this is the Halloween hat that I made. Focus, not on my face. This was the hat I made. It's kind of slightly been retired now because we are fully into December. But yeah, that one's been really popular. I did knit my husband a hat, which I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to put it under here. It was a super chunky one, actually. No, just chunky. So I did actually do commercial. I did commercial yarn for that one, which isn't like me. But it's got a bit of colour work on that. I will insert pictures, but he wears it quite a lot. So, the next one I did was, I showed this one last time a bit, but now it's finished. I've still not snipped my ends. This is a hat, not necessarily patterned. So this was the yarn that I showed you last time. That is the boucle. It's super duper gorgeous. Doesn't know where to focus. What is going on, Rachel? Yeah, this is the boucle, and I cast on in a DK and then fiddled about with the needle and managed to get a gauge that I was happy with. And Martha's been wearing this one to school all of the time. Actually, she's been wearing it loads. I definitely need to snip those ends. But yeah, just kind of made up the pattern really. Yeah, so it's just kind of standard. I just did it as a DK pattern, but it's lovely. It's really nice. It's obviously very jolly. Martha's 11 now, and while she's a petite little thing, we seemingly can share hats now. So yeah, that one's worked out really well. So that's 2 hats. And then number 3. We've had some super duper cold days in Leeds since our podcast. We did have snow, but yeah, I'm outside quite a lot of time in my job, and it's chilly. So I made a super chunky hat. I've got about 1 million of them, but I love them. This is, of course, Spectrum Fibre. This is called Glowing Ember. It is gorgeous. I think it was a 42 stitch cast on with a 10mm needle. The details are on Ravelry. I did kind of vaguely follow a pattern that I've made before, but that's like a rib and then an offset rib. But I can't think what it's called. It's got like a really normal name, like Big Chunky Hat or something. But yeah, I've had this in my stash for ages and been meaning to make it. I won't show you it on because I pinned my hair up. My hair's very much overdue a cut, but my hairdresser has now got a new normal job. She normally works out of a studio in her back garden, and now she works at my school, as in my kids' school. So she's always at work, so I can't get in with her. So I'm booked in next week for hair and brows, and then I'm booked in the following week to get my toes done because I still got my Halloween toes on. Not that anyone sees them because it's very chilly. But yeah, so the undercut's growing out, this bit's growing long, I need to dye it. But I shan't point out all of those things. This is my beautiful hat. I'm super pleased with it. It's been really cosy. My hair's kind of getting to the point where when I let this bit out, it does... I think I miss it being a bit longer. I still like the undercut, but it's hard. I go through phases of very, very short hair and then longer hair. I've got water today because I just don't drink it enough. Brr. It's cold on my teeth. Right, so that is that one. What else can I show you? This one's a bit random. I've had this yarn. This is Bird Street yarn. Bird Street Christmas yarn for ages. It's sparkly, it's 4-ply. I started a sock ages and ages ago, and it's been literally in this gorgeous bag from Thimble and Thread Make for probably 2 years. And it's just been sat there. It was a textured sock. I think it was probably blueberry waffle. And I just wasn't going to finish it. So I frogged it. And then I cast on. I thought, oh, I'm going to cast on. I'm going to hold it together, hold it double. So there's 2 balls. I'm going to hold it double and do some DK socks. But because when you do DK socks, I normally do it on a small needle. I don't know that I like the texture, basically. I think it's fine for a hat or a jumper, but I don't know that I like 2 4-plies held together for a sock. It just feels a little, it's such a tight gauge. Anyway, I cast on, I'll show you. I cast on in a DK, come on, which is a rainbow heirloom. And I randomly, so I did a DK and then I randomly put like, I did a row of knit and then I did a purl row, and then, I don't know if you can see there's eyelets here. I'll put my hand in it. Yeah, so I've just got some eyelets in there. Come on. Is this cinematic thing working? Anyway, it's got eyelets in, but now I've got this far, I thought actually, I think I'd quite like a mitten. So I did put it on my Instagram the other day, and I'm like, what should I do? And I think it's going to be a mitten. There's some T's in that word, but I'm from the northeast, so I don't always pronounce my T's. So I think it might actually be a mitten. So if I pull it down a bit, it's probably ready for a thumb. Hang on, that all blends in a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think that's what I might do with those. Just kind of winging it. I can go and have a little look at a mitten pattern. I've got many. Speaking of mittens, my oldest sister, I've got two sisters, my oldest sister posted a picture recently. She went somewhere, and I noticed that she had a pair of mittens on that I made her maybe 10, 11 years ago, which is crazy that she's kind of still got them and still in circulation. Like some of my things aren't in circulation from a month ago. So I think she probably deserves a new pair of mittens. So I think I'm probably going to make her some mittens for Christmas. I don't see her a huge amount. She's in the northeast and she's a busy bee now. So yeah, I think that's what I might do. She's quite twicky to buy for Christmas. So I think I'm going to make her some mittens. So I've got quite a lot in my library, but if you've got any preferences, then let me know. My son got a jigsaw for an advent. Well, I say I got it for him. But it's on the kitchen table along with everything else I own. So I'm being really careful because he knocked it yesterday and it went everywhere. So there's loads of pieces all over the place. So I'm trying to be really careful with that. So yeah, that was a kind of a random one that I randomly just cast on. Because I do that. Another big one is in here. So I don't even know if I'd started this last time. I feel like I've got through it quite quick. I either had, anyway, it's the Jethro cardigan, and that is Tanis. Is it Tanis Fibre Arts? Is that her name? I can see her face. Got long brown hair. And it's the Jethro cardigan. So what I wanted to do, well, that would be too easy if that was the actual pattern, wouldn't it? Maybe it's in here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to use an advent. Aha, this is it. I'm just checking I've not got a message. I've put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I've sent a bit of a scary email today and I'm hiding from my phone. I know that'll probably make sense to some of you. But yes, I've sent an email that needed sending. But, you know. Anyway, this is the kid version. It's made of granny squares. And then it's knitted. So you'll have probably seen these on a few podcasts already. But as you know, if you watch the podcast, I'm not really a big crocheter. I'm not terribly good at it. With help, I can go backwards and forwards. So I've been pushing myself and I've been working on the granny squares for this. So I was using the advent calendar from Spectrum Fibre last year, which is the 12 Days of Christmas 20 gram one, and I had the DK one last year. So the camera's going to love this, isn't it? Go on, look at you. So by some miracle, I clearly was on a bit of a mission here. I've done them all. So for my size, which I can't remember what size I picked, I needed a 36. So if I hold it in front of my face, you don't need to see all 36. But they are all different colours on each one. I did start doing a couple of solids, but there wasn't kind of enough to then counter out. Like there certainly wasn't an even mix, but there was maybe 2 or 3. So I thought it looked a bit silly. So they are super duper gorgeous. Come on. So yes, so I will make a little pile. You don't have to see them all. Some of them. It's like a crochet sandwich. And then the rest. There's lots of them. But I found this really easy actually. Really enjoyed doing it. Got in a little bit of a pickle a couple of times, but I have actually really enjoyed doing it. I did them all. I did most of them to completion each time. So I did the whole one. I think a few of them I started to do a little bit, but I have got this completely in the 12 Days of Christmas. So that's nice. Goodness me, Rachel. I talk to myself a lot, sorry. Yes, so how good does that look? Yeah, and then this pile. So yeah, that's going really well. I am planning on using the other...
I'm not sure I understand.
Me either, Siri, me either. the plan is to use, I've got like a semi-solid grey, which is like, you know, that fine line between commercial and, it's not indie, but it's not commercial. I can't remember what brand it is, but I've got like 3 DK and it's like a semi-solid-ish grey. So that's my plan. So they all need edging in grey. So that's my next job. But yeah, love them. So I've kept these separate in here, but I want to show you something else that's super duper cool. My lovely friend Hannah made me something. Things just falling. I'll show you. Oh, these are all my, oh, this is the grey. I know I've got proper skeins somewhere. Come on. It's grey anyway, whatever. My friend made me this bag. Oh, it is incredible. It's huge. She was very, very kind. She's very good at sewing and she made it. Look how big it is. She doesn't have a shop or anything. She's an engineer actually. But it's got amazing insides, Christmas trees, and the pockets. It's even got pockets in with more Christmas trees. It's got a really big bottom. A huge bottom actually, almost A4. These are all of my scraps left that I've got left. I could probably get another square or so out of them. So if I can't remember what the alternative is, let me have a look. So yeah, so it jumps size 1, 2 and 3 is 36 squares. No, I'm lying. So it's 36 and then 36 3 round granny stripes, and then you put on the border, and then the next size is 36 4 with a thing on, and then the next size, so I think I've done the second size, but then it jumps to 65. So there's all different numbers, but without giving it all away completely. But yes, my friend very, very kindly made me this. Look how big it is. It's ginormous. It's got a handle on. It's just absolutely massive. And I couldn't love it more. So everything has been living in there, and then when I finished them I put them in here because everything was getting very tangly, given I had 12 little mini skeins. But I love it. So that's my next job, is to to do the grey bits. Something that I've mentioned last time to give you a bit of progress. I've not made a huge amount of progress on this, if I'm honest. The granny stripe thing slowed me down. Funnily enough, I did have a marker in. So this was my Rachel, do you know how much I've been looking for these? I've got these are like knockoff AirPods. My kids learnt that word from my dad. It's a knockoff bar of cereal and stuff. So these are knockoff AirPods. They're actually really good. It says like how much battery is left, and they're really good. The other one's next to my bed because I couldn't find this. It was missing for ages and I knew it would be just somewhere. Anyway, this is how this is looking. This is Pacific Knit Co. And where was I last time? I think I've left a stitch marker in. Have a little look. Oh yeah, so it's here. Oh, it's a little mitten that I got. Wasn't that far back? Anyway, this is how it is now. See if I can get that to focus. So I was halfway through the snowflake. So I've done holly, so it's obviously upside down here. Holly, and then like this, I'm going to call it like a candy cane band, and I'm halfway through a Christmas tree, which I've kind of got a bit stalled on. So it does obviously go this way around. I think realistically, I need to push on with this, otherwise it's just not going to be done. I don't know that I'm a million miles away from the sleeve separation, but colourwork's hard. It's hard going, and I've been doing something else as well in colourwork, and I had quite a lot of 3 colours in, which is much faffier. 2 colours is amazing. But yeah, this is coming along nicely. I've had this stitch marker for ages. Do I have to cover my face? What is the rule here? Come here. It's a donut Christmas Santa. I don't think I like how this is doing. Oh, there we go. Oh, now you can see it all. This, I ended up using a bit of Spectrum. for the holly, which I found, just casually found it. It's mine, I paid for it. Yeah, so that's working along quite well. There's loads of bits in this bag. Yeah, it needs a little bit more love really, but I'm nearly finished something else that kind of had stole my attention this week. Yeah, I'll do an update on this one. So I had a bit of, I've got it in my knitter bag, doesn't really fit. It's covered in dog hairs too. I really needed to get a wriggle on my mum's jumper. I've not touched it for ages. Literally like presented it with her for her birthday, which was mid-November, and I'd like to give it to her. So I got myself started on a book, and I find when I'm reading I can knit quite fast and I don't realise I'm knitting. So I've got this far with my sleeve. I'm very much aware there's a separation there. One side is much better than the other, but you know, tough. So yeah, this was when I kind of started reading it yesterday with my snowman. So I got a decent chunk. I am just decreasing a little bit now. And then I thought I was getting a bit worried about how much yarn I had left. So I picked up the second sleeve. So I've just stuck that on a needle. So I've picked up the second sleeve. Again, I can see this. I'm aware it's there. And I did this much. Which, it's 4-ply. It takes a while. And I've got this left. So I'm going to get to the sleeves evened up and then kind of just basically see how much is left. I think this is truly scrumptious. It's something with scrumptious in the name. But yeah, I really want her to actually have that because, yeah, they're on holiday at the minute. It was my dad's birthday this week and then it's their wedding anniversary at the weekend. It's literally everything all at once in my family. And then it's my birthday at the end of the month. So there you go, how that is looking. So a new thing that I started, it's not even in a bag, it's just on the floor. So something I started the other day, because I enjoyed this hat so much, this Halloween hat, I wanted to do a winter one. So I started it. You won't focus anyway. So this is how this is looking. I only started this a few days ago. I think I've done well. Anyway. So this is, I've got a rib. So what I've done is I've actually held 2 4-ply skeins together. So I can't quite remember what they all are. Most of them are the ones I got from Beehive at Yorkshire Yarn Fest. So I did a snowman. This is the Tannis Fibre, no it's not, Pacific Knit Co, and I did the snowman. So this is where I've been doing the three colour work. And it is, thankfully, it's just on a hat, so it's small scale. And then I did like, I'm going to call it like a candy cane looking thing. Come on. Jeez, this is no fun, is it? Sorry, I won't do this next time. Yeah, so like a stripe here, so it is like a corally colour and then a lilac, and then at the top I've done polar bears, which I thought, oh well, they're not a lot of colour work, but it was still 3 colours, and it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, but because I had 2 balls held together, I had like 6 balls on the go at once, which was tricky, we'll say. But yeah, that's look how cute it is. Super pleased with that. Yeah, so it is ready for decreases now. In hindsight, I should have kind of missed this bit out because it's now going to be a bit too tall, I think. So I'm going to have to either do some more rapid decreasing. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to stripe the top or what I'm going to do. I might stripe the top because I've only got little bits and bobs left of that. But that is, yeah, it's been really nice. I've been working on that and watching all the Vlogmases and all of the terrible, terrible Christmas films that are all exactly the same, and it's amusing to see Martha's kind of take on it when you see them lined up on Netflix and they've all got red or green on. So she's like, why have they all got red and green on? Why is it all a man and a woman? Why are they normally white? And I was like, this is how cheesy Christmas films work. It's not right. this is how it works. And then every time they're on, and she's just like, oh, what's she done now? What job's she gonna leave now? So, you know, just our perceptions of it that she's noticed. It's quite amusing. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any particularly good ones I've watched lately, but we just started watching a new one last night on Netflix, which was an animation one by the director of someone, but it was really sad. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like this. Like a snow blizzard thing, the parents get separated. Santa's going to save it, apparently. Anyway, I don't know that I particularly enjoyed that one, but I have obviously been watching the classics. I Deck the Halls on the other day. I've not done my Home Alone yet. Did Deck the Halls the other day. I've had Muppets Christmas Carol on more times than I can tell you, because that's my absolute comfort film. And if I'm honest, I've had a little bit of a rough time of late, so I've needed that comfort. So yeah, let me know if you've seen any. I've been watching some on Channel 5 on the app. Some terrible ones. Some, you know, I don't like warm ones. We did watch that one. I can't think what it's called now. Christina's something, where she goes back in time and she meets her younger self. I do like that kind of synopsis. Is that the right word? But I don't like it when it's warm. I don't like it when it's set in California. No. If there's no snow. I want snow because we don't get it. Anyway, this is my hat. I fully recommend something like this. I'm not sure if I'll, I imagine we'll all kind of share this one, but I might do another one. But I think what I'll do is I'll do a rib, and then I'll do maybe a tiny weeny few bands of colour work, and then raise this bit up to here and have like a something here. Like Martha is obsessed with hot chocolate, so maybe she could have a hot chocolate hat. But they are fiddly. They do take a while. And if I want my colour work jumper to be reasonably done, you know, I'll have to prioritise. So right, in terms of acquisitions, I won't do my advent just yet, but I did have my Spectrum Fibre Club. So there was a little bit of a mix-up this month, and she sent me the minis by mistake. So I got these. It's called Bioluminescence. I don't even know what that says. So gorgeous dark blue and a neon and then a speckledy one. So I did message her and I was like, they're gorgeous, but I get the DK full size. I originally got that, but I don't think my order ever got amended. So she did actually very kindly send me a full skein of it too. So look at this. Look at you. So yeah, this is super gorgeous. Her next lot of club is jewel based, so like gems and stuff like that. So come on. I have my oh my gosh nails on, which are the nail wraps. So yeah, that is that one. In terms of the advent, if you're not wanting to see, I've got the Spectrum Fibre advert on 4ply. I've got the first 3 days to show you, and I'll explain in a minute. So if you don't want to look, then look away now. I know it's a 12-day one. So in theory, if you're doing it every other day, you might have seen all these anyway, but if not, don't look, okay? Won't be a second. Okay, so this is all 3 of them. So this is day 1, day 2, and day 3. Let me see if I can get zoomed in on that. Come on. How many times am I going to say that? It's annoying me now. Can I try and cover my face? Yes, so, oh, there we go. So, yeah, gorgeous white with a bit of yellow speckles, a bit of pink speckles, then a bit more yellow, and then a bit more yellow again. Right, so you can look away now if you were not looking. And then I have my, I have the die candy one as well. So again, I got the first 4 days here, even though I think it's the 5th now, but I will explain why in a little bit. So look away if you don't want to see. So this is a 10-gram 4ply from Die Candy. So this is quite a different colour palette to what I was expecting. So I think hers was like, there's a beach themed. So yeah, definitely fading in there. Oh, there we go, that's better. God's sake. Yes, so definitely fading in there. So speaking of that, what I've actually decided to do is, controversially, I got my kids to mix up all the Advent yesterday. I appreciate a fade is much easier to knit with than random ones, but I guess in my little brain, whether that be my little neurodiverse brain or not, it's like, oh, this one's slightly different to that one, this one's, and it's very clever how it's done, and I'm not saying that it's not very clever how it's done, and yes, you can knit with it easier, but basically I mixed it around today and I got a completely different colour, obviously, because I just picked, I think I had number 10 from Die Candy today. And same with the Spectrum as well. I'm doing them, busting them out in 12 days. I'm not doing one in between because I need the happiness now. So I've got random colours. I'm not planning on knitting them now. I don't think, unless I start them. So that's kind of what worked best for me. So that's what I've decided to do. Yeah, and it was really exciting today because it was like, oh, I'm kind of excited again. I think that sounds quite terrible, really, but obviously with a fade, you kind of know what's going to come the next day, unless you're like, oh, it's getting a bit purplier, now we're going to go into purple. I assume there's going to be some speckles at some point from Die Candy. We've not had speckles yet. I don't think it was a semi-solid one, but anyway, it's very nice, and the colours I've opened since are also very nice. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. I've really enjoyed watching others. I'm really miffed that I didn't get the What Mustard Made one. That looks gorgeous and looks really random too. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't get that one. But she did do a very limited quantity. She didn't want to overwhelm herself, which is very sensible. Right, so I think that's probably about it for now. Like, I've debated on and off with Vlogmas and not Vlogmas. I'm certainly not doing it, an everyday thing, or even at all. It's already the 5th. But I have been recording little bits here and there that I thought I might kind of do either ad hoc ones. I know Sophie Botanical Yarns, who I'm really enjoying hers, she's done like day 1 to 3, day 4 to 6 or something like that. And I kind of like that style, but maybe not that frequency. So yeah, we'll just kind of see whether I'd like to like put some extra episodes out, basically. I am being quite productive with my knitting at the minute, and getting quite a bit out. So yeah, so hopefully, like, if I can do one every week, that would be nice. But I know it doesn't always go like that. Normally you get further into December and it gets a bit crazy, doesn't it? And this episode will likely get lost because there's so many Vlogmases. But if you are seeing this, please like and subscribe. Please share with your friends. Please give me a comment. I'd love to like kind of reach that 1,000 point. I'm on 800 now. Well, I say that, it keeps on going down and then up one and then down one and then up one. Oh, it's messing with my head. So yeah, let me know if you've got an Advent, if you've made an Advent. Theo's got this jigsaw one, Martha's got a crystal one that I bought last minute, and then I've made her, I call it a tat Advent calendar, she's called it a knickknacks, and that is kind of, I've got them here. Loads of random stuff. Like little bags of ducks. So putting a couple of ducks in an Advent for her, or there's a squishy thing or something like that. And she's loving it, and I'm sneaking them in a pack lunch and stuff like that. So Theo wasn't bothered about that. He's really not into toys or any of that kind of thing. Like, he'll probably like it for that minute, but then he'll put it down, he'll forget about it. Oh, one thing quickly actually that didn't show you, that's here. I've bought a pattern. It is called Tiny Snowman by Jen Yard. It is super cute. I've pulled out this yarn, which is Fine Fish Yarns. It's a snowman colour, if ever I saw one. Love it. So this gorgeous pictures and aesthetics on this one. I'm going to say there's must be loads of patterns out there like this. What I do like about it is there's a thing for 4-ply, DK and sport, worsted and chunky. So that's really nice. So you can basically see what you get size wise with them. So yeah, I did buy that. I think I had 25% off or something. So whilst it's not particularly inventing the wheel, shall we say, you know, supporting new makers. I don't know if she's new or not, but supporting people. But yeah, I'm planning on doing that, whether I'll hold some double or whatever, but I would like to do that. I also have a beamer bonnet about making some crochet ornaments. So if you know any easy crochet patterns, I did look at knitted bauble ones as well, that kind of go round like a polyester, or even a normal bauble goes round a normal bauble. So if you have any kind of pattern suggestions, that would be great. I am very new with this crochet business. Martha wants me to make her an axolotl. I cannot do that. We briefly had a little crochet lesson the other day, but Martha's very much like me. If you can't do it straight away, she's not interested. She's like, it's too hard, it's not worth doing, it's fine. Why can you do it and I can't do it? So yes, so I tried briefly. I feel like she'd learn it easy with somebody else. So I think sometimes when it's the mother, I don't know. Anyway, right, well, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a very busy season. I do plan on being back with a little bit more regularity. I thought, although this is maybe 3 weeks, which I think isn't too shabby for me. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the episode today. If you want to give me a little like and subscribe, that would be super helpful. I do like it. I do appreciate it. I do love the interaction on the comments. It does make me happy. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me today. And I hope you stay well and healthy and you've got some lovely knitting around you, and to take comfort in the season, however you may celebrate. Catch you later. Bye.